Good afternoon. Welcome back to Artisan of Glimmith. And welcome to the new Monday slot. Trying out a new stream schedule going forward. Try and fit in an extra day and have a little bit more variety. So on Monday, the Artisan of Glimmith, as we are playing now. Friday will be Mina. And then I've got Wednesday for variety. Now over on YouTube, you'll be able to see the preview of the game we're playing. We're playing a little demo for something called Corsair Cove. It's like a pirate city builder. I'm very interested in it. Seems like it'll be fun. So I figured I'd give it a go. Good afternoon, Ken. How are you doing? Okay, let's get started with these puzzles, then, shall we? In a new area, new rules. Minimum. All regions have an area of at least 3. And then area number we have encountered before. So I'm looking at this 3 at the bottom to start with. Because it can't go over to the, well, to the left at all. Because then it blocks off this area. So that's got to go. That we have our first area, and this is going to be at least 3. There's something similar that could be done with the 5 up here. It could at least go 1, but it can't go 2 to the right, because then you have a 2, because it can't wrap around to make its 5. So bring that out like so. That's not going to be able to do that. So the 5 does do this, and then it can't wrap around by itself again. So that is a 5 region, and then we've got to just fit this 4 in, which can fit in nicely like so. And then we've got a final region there. So 4. Well, these little nubs are probably going to be the first things to look at. And then that pens in. This 2x2, like so. Oh, and there you go. And now, okay, so this is the opposite. Hang on. Yeah, that was a minimum. So this is minimums and maximums. Interesting. So now a maximum of 6. So we'll start by splitting up all of these. They're all 3 different regions. And this is going to be a new region here. So that's going to be a new region. That has to keep going. And this now is 5. So we're going to have to take this blue and complete that because it can't grow any bigger. And then this purple can walk out, and again, that's now 5. So it can only go to this blue to close up. We've got this green, which can't go any further than that. This is going to pick up this blue and probably close. We could still pick up an extra spot if it's needed. So how far away is this from either of these 2 red circles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has to connect up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then everything else fits in around it. Oh, and this one's range. Okay. So all regions are 2 or 3. Queen 2 or 3. Inclusive. So we can sort of take these little nubs and start pulling them out to give us appropriate. There we go. Four and 6 range. So well, I guess that feels like it's our starting point, because that's got to be at least 4. And then now it can't go up because this has to be, or yeah, you can only put 2 more in. So yeah, it's going to be another 4 at the top. And how many have we got at the bottom? 7. So we can drop down 1 and then complete it like so. Hello, Kita. Wait, Kita. Puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. Ooh, what's going on here? So, range between 2 and 4. We can put lines between everywhere where there's definitely different shapes. These 2 could be connected. And then we can throw a 4 in there, throw a 2 in there. 3, which can't go that way because then it blocks off a 1. 2 there, and this will be a 4, and then we'll have a 3 up top there. Same with this 3, can't go to the right because then we'll leave a 1 blocked off. Get a 4 and a 3. And now we've been tutorialized enough. Everything's open to us. Let's go down. Range, Gemini, and Delta. Like it's been a little bit since we've done Gemini and Delta, actually. Gemini must be matching shapes. Delta, they have to be different shapes. So, range 2 and 3 means these dead ends can like all immediately be at least 2. And then we've got something on this Gemini to make that a 2. All puzzles for all time. And then this does have to be a 3 now, actually, because it can't be a 1. Like a different color. So this will be a 3 here, which means... Oh, shape is gonna come into play here, because I was struggling for a moment, because I was like, okay, on this delta we can make it a 2, but then how do you fill in this area? Because it would have to be 2 2s. And that will break on this Gemini, this delta. But what we can actually do, make that a little L. And then now that's a different shape to both of them. Sneaky. And then we've got a 2 that's got to be here. Which means this is a 3 and that's a 2. Minimum of 4. Which is going to make... Yeah, I suppose it is going to make this plus interesting. Because it can't be that. So it's got to drop away from the side, which means that is going to be like that. Can't do the same to the right, because otherwise it's touching this polyomino. So it goes down. Then that is a shape. And then we've got a minimum of 4 there, so we'll have to put that in. Now I've got these 2 pluses at the bottom. Which I'm just considering if they can be connected, but they can't because they leave a 1 by 1 there. So these are 2 separate pluses. One fits in there and gives us a shape down here. This one is going to have to be there. And that gives us another L down here. Now we've got to fit this L in, while still keeping enough space, so it's going to go down like that. There we go. Make these 2 dark blue. There we go. Ooh, hello. All regions have an area of at least 4. Well, this is a trap if I've ever seen one. But I've got a shape there, haven't I? No. Because then there's only 3 in the middle. So we've got to figure out a way to split up these polyominoes. How many? What is the length and width that we're dealing with here? So it's 3 by 5. So there's limited spaces where it can actually fit. Just make me wonder. How does this go together? Oh, I've got some good music going. VVVVVV. Excellent game if you've not heard of it. So yes, there we go. So that's how we fit in the top there. And then we've just got to figure out a way to do the bottom. Yeah, there we go. And then we get a tiny little sliver down there. VVVVVV. It's in the corner of the screen there. 6 V's in a row. Oh, little Heidi puzzle in the trees. Minimum of 3. But yes, V is a really nice game. It's like a gravity flipping platformer, but it has a banging soundtrack. It is awesome. Love it. Right. We have a big donut. Big donut. Which is sort of limited in where it can go. Like, it could in theory go up, but that means we can't put anything in the middle of it. Whereas it could go down, and then you can't fill in the donut hole. So I think it's got to be like that. And then we have an L, I think, that can only go there. I'm going to have to put in 3 for the dead end, which now can't connect up with here. So this is its own shape now, which will be like that. This L in the other corner probably has only one way it can go as well. I think is that. Oh no, it could do that, actually. But it can't do that. So it has to take those bottom 2 at least. it also puts pressure on this, which can't extend out to the left. So that will go up. Then there's this S on the right. Which has to go like that to leave enough space underneath it. Because that only leaves 2. It can't go down into it at all because that only leaves 1. So it will have to be that. This has to come out of the little gap. Oh, we've got a 2x2 in the top corner there. Completely missed that. Back to this top right though. This can't connect with this shape. Then it wouldn't be able to finish. So that comes out to be 3. This now needs to be 3 and 2 below it to match the polyomino. Those two have to be the same region. We've got a bit of a dead end here now as well, actually. Because there's very limited space to work with, and a lot of the options... Oh no, that does work. Okay, it feels ambiguous. Ambiguous? Ambiguous. So I think there's going to be something going on with that. Something will have to interfere with it to break it up. But the existence of this means that this now has to go like so. And that is actually what breaks up this area. So now I've got a little 1. And this can go either to the left or right. If it goes to the left, the other L can't be finished. Yeah, so that is there. Got that one there. New region here. This is now confirmed to be like that. This T has quite a few options actually. So it could be that. It could drop down 1. Oh, and then that means this L will leave a 1 by 1. Okay. So what about this? This works that way. Yeah, it's going to be that. And we've got a 3 here, and then this will extend out to be the full 5. On to the next. Another Heidi puzzle. Range 3 to 6, and every region must have the same shape. Interesting. So we've got to figure out if it's 3, 4, 5, or 6. And the fact that we have these means it's got to be at least 3. Well, but it could be something like that, right? Yeah, that could be the case. And then it just sort of oscillates around? No. Okay. So actually I failed on this one due to maths. So let's restart. How many are we working with? 30. And I am bad at maths, so let's get the calculator out. So 30. So either 10 that are 3. It can't be 4. That's 7.5. 6 that are 5, or 5 that are 6. How? Maybe it does just have to be 3? I have a 3. No, that's not going to work. So 3 can't work. 4 doesn't work. Does 5 work? Not like that, but 6? It could be 5 like that. Yeah. And then it's still big L's. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then we have a 5 that fits in here, and the final 5 there. There we go. Oh. I feel like I'm missing a snack today. Usually have a snack for these streams, but we have a delivery, a food delivery on Tuesdays. So I don't have one for today. I'll have to plan ahead for this in the future. Right, minimum of 7. So it looks like we're working with, okay, 20. So it's got to be 2 regions of 10. So it's just split down the middle somewhere, somehow. So can we sort of figure out something here to make it symmetrical? There we go. Range 2 to 3. So we start with these little nubs again. Will be at least 2. Oh, I missed that one there. So that's a 3. That's a 3. Got a new little nub here, which will have to be a 3. A new little nub there. This at the top has to be a 3 now. This has to be a 2 here. That's going to be a 2 there. this is a 3 here, and then we've got another 2 there. Easy enough. Oh, yeah, straight onto a 4. Okay. Range 3 to 4. Well, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Three there at least. This will be a new region. There's at least those 2. And then we can probably figure out from what we've got here. So it needs to go to the right at least 1. And it needs to go to the left at least 1. Which gives us a 4, a 4, and a 4. And then we've got a new region that we can start constructing. On a nicer, well, not a nicer, different purple. There we go. So we've got 3. This is now 5 on the right, so we'll have to take up a piece from there. Got another little couple of nubs. Have to be at least 3. And that's going to be 3 lots of 3, actually, isn't it? Yeah. Out of range. There's the achievement for this window. Store the range window. But we're not done yet. Minimum of 9. We're working with 35. Get the calculator out again. 35 is not going to divide by 9. I know that much. 3.8 recurring, yeah. 35. It's not going to be 10 either. It won't be 11. It won't be 12. Oh wait, no. Oh. No, ignore me. I was thinking that they'd all be the same region size for some reason. Okay. I'm talking rubbish. Okay. In that case, I mean, could it just be like this? No, because this is 6 and this is 8. Yeah. So 6, 7, oops. 7, 8, 9. And that makes this a 6. 7, 8, 9. Ooh. Excuse me, the door has just gone. I just need to take a quick break. Oh, I'm back. Hello. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. Yeah, go get your coffee. Don't worry about this. Right, so back to thinking about this. So I guess there's got to be actually. Well, let's restart. Two of these sections are going to have to connect. I think. But I've got to do it in a way that leaves enough space. So it is going to be 3 regions, or no, I was going to say, or maybe it's going to be spiraling, but no, I can already say that it's got to be 3 regions. Because we can't cleanly divide it into 4 with 9. So this is 9. That's 9. 4, 5. 8, 9. And then we've only got 8 left, so we've got a... Hello, Raven. We have a cat. Hi. So... seven. I don't know where I get the extra 2 with that. Whereas if it was this one, you can get 8, 9 like that. Oh, there we go. 999. Well, 917. Yay. A little tricky, but I knew what I needed to do at least. Minimum of 5. $49. So it's not going to be dividing cleanly again. Yay, coffee. That's 5 minimum. I put these as new areas. Ooh, on the right hand side here actually, there's got to be some sort of weird weaving. So these 3 blues are all different areas. But there's only so much room for them all to get out. So this one is going to have to connect to this red. So we'll have to pick up at least a couple more somewhere. But then this one at the bottom only has one way to get out.
Oh, Raven's coming for snuggles now. Hello. Come on. Here you go. Here's a lap for you. There we go. Getting settled. Good girl.
Okay, so we've got to keep going with this red. Because this has to get all the way to a red circle. So going this far at least. Now this green has to come out. This one has to come out as a new region too. We've got some walls we can put in. Red can keep coming out the top here. That gives green more. This is now completely penned in. That is 5 like that. That cannot go anywhere further. This now comes out one more. This comes out one more. This comes out one more. Has to pick up that. That has to come out one more. This picks up that. This can't pick up blue, so that goes out one more. And it's going to have to pick up this. And then this is our final area there. I feel like I need to make Raven part of my branding. Somehow.
Yeah, make you a star.
Okay. All regions have area of 6 at most. Okay. So, working with 35. This has to be a 5 at most. Well, let's get the calculator out again, because I think that is likely going to be the case. Yeah, no, actually, I don't even need a calculator. So we've got 35. So this takes 5. We've only got 30. Now we've got 30 that needs to divide by 5, which is 6. So all of these are now 6. 1, 2. This is going to be the hardest one to try and make a 6. 1, 2, 3. Now this one is hard to make a 6. 1, 2, 3. And this one has to try and be a 6. 1, 2, 3. This one is trapped. That's 4. 1 could pick up 2 and 3, but it has to go 4 at least. This has to be at least 1 more to make 6 with these 2. And that pushes all of these up. This gives us a 6 here. This is 4, 5. This is 5. This now completes a 6 here. That completes a 6 there. That's 6 and that's 6. Just realized how silly this could sound. Just spewing numbers. Right, another maximum of 6. This has walls all around. Are you okay, baby? You wiggling a lot, but you seeming fine. Walls there. Walls on those ones. Hello. She doesn't seem sure what to think. Right, so this has to get to a blue somewhere. This is the earliest blue it can pick up. So it has to go to at least there. put all on here. This one has to come out. This one. This one. This one. You okay, Raven? Do you need me to get a blanket so you don't have to feel the gaps in my legs so much? He's having a proper wriggle. Hang on. Let me just let her settle. Is that okay? You happy with that now? Is it still wrong? Oh, give me your legs. Come on. There you go. Let me scoop you up like that. How's that? Is that better? I think that's better. She's flumped over a little bit. Okay, let's get back. So hang on, this is 5 now, so this does need to pick up this because we've got a maximum of 6. So this is a new region. So it's to keep going. This is going to have to take all 4 of these. Because the only way anything else could get here. So that could take 5. And then that, I suppose. But yeah, we've got all of the other blues are 6 away, so it does have to take this one up. By the way, I don't think I've ever said on stream, but the background music I have playing, you can vote on what's next, right? So it occasionally pops up with that music spotted by Rainwave. So if you go to rainwave.cc, find the link in the YouTube description, or in the credits on Twitch. And I use the OC remix. So there's like a tab at the top. Hang on. In fact, what I'm going to do. Give me a second. There we go. So, here we go. So this is rainwave.cc. This is what I use for my background music. And at the top, you've got like this little drop-down menu. You can select OC Remix if it's not already selected. And then you can vote on the upcoming tracks. And if you're logged in, which I'm not currently, you can search for tracks or browse through the library of the entire OC Remix library. There's you know, thousands of songs. And then you can put it into the request queue and then you'll get to vote on it. So it's actually a really cool system. It's like a sort of dynamic radio. Here we go. We've got Cave Story coming up now. And it's just swapped over in the corner here. Now we've got these to vote for. So yeah, that's what I use for my background music. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's only for streams like this that I actually have it playing all the time. You know, something where I turn the game music up. So yeah, feel free to have some input into my music. Right, anyway, back to puzzles, shall we? After that. You okay, Raven? Your ears are twitching. Okay. So we've got this at the top. Let's get here for this 6. For this blue. F6. That is now a 2. This. Possibly picks this up. But it could pick this up too. Not entirely sure. But this red is going to have to take these 3. Can I figure out how these are going to pair up? These 2 are going to have to pair up. Because nothing else can access that blue. This red is going to have to pair up with this blue because nothing else can access that one. Which now means this red has to pair up with this blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some sort of configuration. Which means this pairs up with this blue, this pairs up with this blue. Four, 5, 6. That's 6, 4, 5, 6. Oh, ooh. Okay, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how that goes. This is 6 there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I have gone wrong. How have I gone wrong? Oh, I know. Hang on. This can go down instead of cross. This can do the same. And then this peeks out there. There we go. Just a slight little kink there that I'd missed. Range 4 to 7. And now we have 3 colors. Put some of these walls in to split things up first. Actually, this on the left-hand side. It has to pick this yellow up. That's the only yellow it can reach, and it does it through this blue. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is a completed area. Gives us a couple more areas to start doing. This green can only pick up this yellow, I think. Yeah, because it would have to pass through anything else. That puts limits on this blue.
guise of a
to
corpse,
pick up
the screams of a loved one.
this yellow.
All bodies leave their
4,
mark.
5, 6,
You
7.
cannot be near the newly dead without feeling it.
5, 6, 7, 7. So it could reach either of these 3 reds. But it definitely can't go down to this yellow. So we've got 5, 6, 7. We get too far away. So this is a new region. Which then does tell us actually where this goes. That's 7 there. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then this needs to pick up those 2 to make it a 7. Got a new region that comes out here. A new region at the bottom here. This is 3. Pick up this blue. Or this blue.
I'd always had nightmares. But now the ghost didn't wait for me to sleep.
Oh, this blue in the, or this yellow region in the bottom has to pick up all of them because the blue keeps penned in. There we go. Got a new region here. Which could it be that? Yes. So it's not necessarily a new region, so maybe I shouldn't put that in. So how many more? I only need to create 2 more regions. This red one actually is interesting because of the range. So it could pick up those 2. But then it's only 3, so it needs at least 1 more. So it would need to go out to the right here. Which now means this green area has to be full there. Yeah, so actually this makes things sort of limited. So if this continues to the right, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is fine. Well, maybe it's not as limited as I thought. 4. This would pick up those 2. This would pick up these. And that's 6. 5, 6. Yeah, you end up with not enough to fill out that. So that's the only reason that doesn't work. Which means this needs to come out to here. Grab that and that. This has to come out and grab those 2. And then we've got that to finish there. Another one hiding on the edge here. Oh, all regions have an area of at least 12. I think this is another maths one. 90. Okay. 90 divided by 12 is 7.5. So most 7 regions. Is that how that works? And then some of them are going to be slightly bigger. Okay. Well, this bottom left corner is end in, at least. So that's 6. It can't go any further this way, because it wraps back on itself. So it has to keep going here. 7, 8. No, 7 even. So we have at least 4 that it could be. Oh, but now this needs to be a new area. So hang on, let's keep that going. 7, 8, 9. That means this needs to keep going out. This is now a new region. Could take that, which is 10 and 11. Can't go down. It could go up if we don't have that, which means it could go there. So I think this is the end of the road for this one. That means we can get rid of all of these. We can start expanding some of this out. So these need to extend like that. No. Oh. Ah, yes. Okay. So that means this can't go there. So this orange does take up all of that. Because this can't be wrapping around on itself. Keep extending these. This needs to extend out of here some way or another. Actually, no, it will take both of them because of the minimum. These are all walls we could confirm. This can't go back on itself, so this has to be a new region. These all need to extend up and out. 9 with this one. 12 with this one now. So that could be the extent of this one. This needs to keep going. This is a new region here. Extending all these out. Just keeps going. Can't wrap by it down on itself. Those extend. $35 remaining, and we have currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 regions. And there's a possibility of some of these wrapping around. We've got to have a new region here at the bottom. Which we've got 10, 11 if we take that or that. Okay, I'm a little stumped just at the moment. I think, hang on, let's get my notes out. So, there is a pressure point between this and this region, getting through here. So let's throw a wall in here. That gives us 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Plus this, which is a 10. So I think there's a shared region here already. I think it's between these two. It could be something like that, and then this fills out the rest. Actually, I have a point with this. So if this orange does go up and take this one last little spot, we're up to 11. Take 12 at minimum. This would have to be a new region, which could take that. But then we're probably penning stuff in. Ah, but it still does work. That's 12 there. That would be 12. It could loop over. That's 12. I kind of dislike it when I stumble into stuff like that through testing, but it just happens sometimes when you're trying to figure the logic out, you know? It is what it is. It's done anyway. So there's that. Where is next? We've got these two on the bridge. Not listing any other hidden ones, I don't think. Range 4 to 5. Well, these two little bits immediately give off red flags. Also means you've got a sort of bits like this. That's at least 4. That's 4. That's 4. This is going to have to be 5. This will be 5, and this will be 5. There we go. Nobody could have figured that out based on how many were available. Can do the same logic as before with this, at least. So that's 3, possibly 4. Will be 3 like that. Oh, just had the door go again. Busy today. It's just a shame that I'm the only one in. We'll be back in a minute again. Oh, hang on. That one. We're back again. Okay. Breaking my train of thought. Okay, so 3. We've got this little kink, right? So that throws things through a bit of a loop. 3, 4, 5. Or 3, 4, 5. Three, 4. No, 5 like that, 5 like that. Oh no, here we go. No, that's not right. It sort of feels like it should be 4, 4, 4, and another 4. But there's not. Oh, there is a way to. That's how you get it. Little bit of fiddling and squidging, and we fitted it. Ooh. I feel like there's a hidden message here. We've got something going on there. Anyway. 4 to 5. We start with squeezing those bits out. This one is pretty limited because now it can only go up 1. It can't turn back on itself, so that means it has to go down at least 1. So that is 3 at least. It has to take 1 more, but we don't know which one. We're going to have the same logic here, but this time it's actually going to complete because that's the most it can take, and it needs to be at least 4. So there we go. This could wrap around to be 5 like that. Although actually, again, we can apply the same logic that we've done with these two to probably both of these, right? So this can't wrap around on itself, so it needs to go up at least 1. This also can't wrap around on itself, but yeah. Actually, that. Oh no, it doesn't. I was going to say that completes this top corner, but it could be just 2 straight over, or 1 from each, or something like that. This though, actually, no, that completes as a 4. There we go. This has to go into there. This is a new region, which has to be at least 3 there. This has to be from one of these 2 regions. We've only got 3 here, so this is going to have to be split up between this, which is now 5, so that's capped, and this has to be 5 uncapped there. And now we've got 4, 4, and 4 along the bottom. There we go. There's our silver. Between 4 and 6. 4 we can put in straight away. 4. Could go up or across or both. This can't go up because then we rule that out as a region. So we can mark that off. 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually fits in exactly there. So that gives us the 6 here. This 5 has to go down. This area is now sort of hemmed off for this 6. This 5 has to take those to be a 5, and then we've got a 4 here and a 4 there. Okay. Got a tricky 5 over there. Looks like there's something down here, but I can't quite see it. Oh, it's just the reflection from the window, or the light shining through the window. Okay. That's a new area there, so we ignore that one. Do this 3. All areas at least 4. Well, I think, funnily enough, we can actually ignore the area numbers to start with. We've got all these little nubs, which actually do quite a lot of work. So this red has to be a 3 there. It can't go up, otherwise it's wrapping around on itself. So that's a 4. This has to at least expand a couple more times. This has to go this way. And is actually going to pick up that 5. It can't go back on itself. And because we've got a minimum of 4, this is a 4 at the top. And that's that 5 completed. This 4 can't go either to the left or right. It only go down if it does extend. This 6 now has somewhere it can go. Can't go back on itself, so this red does complete there. 4, 5, 6. That's 6 is completed. Got these 2 as separate regions. That's 4 could go one way or the other. 3 can't go back on itself, so we've got another region. Okay, so these 2 little spots that I've got here, the 2 2s, neither of them can go to the left / up. None of them can go into this tile. So this is an area of 4. Nothing can eat into that area of 4. Which now means these 2 have to connect. They are the same area. Which then actually means that these next 2 are also the same area. Like so. Oops. Adjust my coloring. It could keep going, but it's not going to because we need a new region here. This needs to extend. This also needs to extend. So everything's sort of encroaching on this tile now. So these 2 are shared. That can't go to the right there. That completes our 5 here. Got a new region in here. This 6 now has 4, 5.
I have done something wrong. This doesn't work. What have I done wrong? Oh, I know, actually. Thankfully, I don't think I need to step back at all to solve it. So this, they are the same region. That is all one big region. Which then also means these two are the same region. And then that makes the 5 go up. And now the 6 has space to fill in. There we go. I think I've been bought a snake.
No reason. You bought me a toy.
Yeah, she's bought her toy snake. Okay. Minimum of 2 and a 19. Got 25. So we've got what, 6? Yeah, 6 tiles to try and carve out from somewhere. And it sort of feels like, because of the way this is all constructed, I mean, could it be those 4? Like, could that all be its own region? No, it can't. And I can't explain why, but I can see why. And then those 2? No, that's wrong. Let's restart. So six tiles to figure out in some combination of 2, 3, 4, or 6 areas. That's a 3 we could have at the bottom. Or we could have it as a 2. And then you have a 2 there. This is a little tricky. I feel like yes. Oh, so it's all just one big 6 shape in the middle. Oh no, it's not. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was smart with that. No. So if it's not that, it's got to be separate bits made up of at least 2s. So it's trying to figure out how to split it up so there's not... Does that work? I think so, yeah. So it's just trying to prevent those replicas. Surprisingly tricky. We've got a 5 down here, a 3 up here, oop, a 2 up here. Is that the same 5? Yes. Not like there's 2 secret 5s. Let's do this 2 first. 2 to 4. Well, the ball's there. Oh, and neighboring shapes must have different. Or neighboring regions must have different shapes. So, immediately this has to be a new region here. That's 2 there, that's 2 there. That only has one way to go. That could go either way. This has to be more than 2 because of the mingle. It has to be more than 3 because of the mingle. That is completed there. Oh, and now it is completed as 4. Can't have any more than 4. Gonna have to have a 4 down on the left-hand side here. Gonna have to have a 2 at the bottom because it's touching a 3 and a 4. This on the right hand side is going to have to be at least 3. Which now forces... Oh, hang on. No, I'm a bit confused. Hang on. So that's going to be at least 2. That's fine. That now pushes this 3 down. We now need a new shape here. Can't be a 2, can't be a 3, so it's going to have to be a 4 and make a little kink. This is going to have to be a 3. But it can't go down because then we've got a 2, so it has to go to the left, make a little L, and then we have that finished there. Onto the 3. Ooh. Got lots of little dots. Let's fill all of them in. And then we have all of these like little dead ends that we need to fill in. Oh, we've got a mingle shape rule. That's why. Okay. So it's a 2, that's a 3 there. That is at least a 2. This is at least a 2. This is at least a 2. That is a 2 there, because if it were to go to the left, it would match breaking the mingle rule, so that makes that a 3 there. This has to be a 3 one way or the other. Oh, it can't actually, because then that makes this dark green 3 and an L. So that's that. This has to go along, because up will break the rule, and then we've got a 2. Now we've got this, hang on, is that in the tent there, the little shack? That looks like a white pillar. Yeah, let's do this one. Range mingle. 3 and 4. We've got something interesting going on with these 2 4s, right? So they could be connected, but if they're not connected, one of them takes 2. Oh, that's interesting. So between these 2 4s, they take all 4 of those. It can't be split down the middle because otherwise they'll mirror each other and break the mingle. So oh no. So if they're connected, you then have a 3 here and a 3 there. That's fine. If they're broken in the way that I've got them now, you got a 4 there and a 4 there, which are then breaking the mingle. And it will be the same if we do it the other way. So actually they are the same, they're just both connected. So that does give us this little 3 and 3 here. And that's got to be at least 3, but now it's breaking the mingle, so that's a 4. Got at least a 3, which actually has to be a 3, because if it was 4, it would break the mingle again. Got a 3 here and a 3 here. One of these is going to be a 4, and it's going to be that one to stick to the mingle. Right, and now we can start solving the inner section. Well, I mean, this isn't the in-game music. This is all remix stuff. But the actual in-game music as well is very nice. I'm just kind of muted at the moment. But yes, this particular track is very nice. Oh, go away. I need to get a... Sorry. There's, yeah. Spam on Twitch. AI viewers, streamaboo.com. No, thank you. I want real views. Blair butts indeed. Right. 3. I mean, I'm sure you get plenty on here, but probably easier for them to spam on Twitch. I don't know. 3. This is going to have to be a 4. That's going to be a 4 there and a 3 there. There we go. And then we'll do this 5, and hopefully it won't be too bad. 3 and 4. Okay. Into the mingle rule. We've got lots of these little dead ends that we can start shoving stuff in. And then it actually seems like it shouldn't be too bad. Famous last words, I know, but you know, we're getting a lot of stuff to start with because there's so much that needs to be, like everything needs to be at least 3. This will have to be a different region here. This one is ambiguous. So, where do we start? I think this bit on the right is where we start, because there's so many touching right angles here. So this one, this yellow, is touching 1, 2, 3. So if it did stay a 3, it would be surrounded by stuff like that. What about this one instead? Okay, no, it's not been as useful as I hoped. Do have a little bit more information we can put in this bottom corner, actually. And that. I mean, YouTube comments. Now that's awful for spam. You see loads of spam in YouTube comments, I feel. Told you it would be famous last words, with this being easy. There's a lot of stuff you can get in to start with, but trying to take this any further. Got a couple of things that I can, well, have been able to figure out, but I'm struggling to see any conflicts that sort of keep propagating. Okay, let's see. So this only really interferes with this. They both can't be 4. Might be useful because they'll make the same shape, so one of them has to be a 3. If the light blue is a 4, that maybe has more impact. That means that has to be a 3. That'll make that a 4. No, that doesn't help. Still feel like this yellow one could still be the one. This one does have a lot that impacts it. So all of those. So now means that has to be that. There we go, it breaks here. Quite far away to figure that out. But that does break. fairly sure that's right, because I don't think there's another way to assemble that. So this is wrong, so that has to be a T. There we go. We've got something filled out. Hang on. This is small but possibly quite impactful. This yellow right in the middle can only ever be 3. It would either be those 3 or those 3. But either way, it's always going to be connecting with this blue. And you'd be breaking the mingle with that. So this blue has to be a 4. There we go. And then that means that yellow can't go up to there because that's a 3. L, so that's that. Let me have a long. This yellow now can't go to the left. Oh, yeah, no, it can't go to the left at all. That's an L there. 3 long there. Okay, we're making some progress. This blue can't go down now. Break the mingle. Could potentially go left. But it definitely can't go down, so this yellow has to go across. This is an L, so this can't be an L. This is an L, so this can't be an L. Something we were looking at earlier, that can't be an S. Breaks the mingle. That's an L. This now has to be an S. This can't go over to the right, because then it's either breaking the mingle here, or the only other place it can take is there, which is breaking the mingle there. So that has to go up. So that has to go down. We don't know. Yeah, there's a break across that border, so that's a T. So now we've just got this bottom corner to do. Which at the moment, that doesn't break either way. So I've got to figure out this bit. I mean, this looks like it works. Yeah, there we go. Yay. Okay. Yeah, that's all the white ones, I think. Yeah. So I guess we can probably leave that there. That's been 2 hours, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm quite surprised that that took that long. I can blame the interruptions. Maybe that was it. Yeah. Cool. So now we've got like 2 paths into this next area. which I imagine are both going to have new rules. So let's see what they both are, I guess. This one is Solitude. Head empty, yes. Just as well. No more thinking needed. Solitude or size separation. Ooh, neighboring regions must have different areas. Interesting. This one sounds like it's going to break my brain, though. I don't know, just something about looking at that and reading that makes me think I just won't be able to gel with it somehow. Anyway, I'll have a think between streams and decide what I'm gonna do next. So I'll leave it there for now. And I will see you on Wednesday. I said the wrong day. Yeah, see you on Wednesday for Corsair Code. Pirate City Builder. Rah. Thank you for joining. Thanks for coming along. Pirates, yes. Yar. Hey, take care, everyone. See you later.